Hello, I wonder who is this? Oh, you have a good weekend. That's very good. Now I oh here participant participants. Right, I wonder if I can see people today because some people still traveling and enjoying. Good evening, Ariton. Hi, it's nice to see you. So, did you enjoy the readings this week? If things happen to you? I think that's holiday vibe is over now. People will start to focus back to life properly, roughly maybe from next week. Back to the reality. Mm. Let's try to wait to see if we can see some more people because I had the feeling that not many people are going to be online, but there will be some people need to ask things. Hello, hello, Fahe. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see if anyone has any questions today. It looks like people are still confused. And I'm a little bit surprised because, to be honest, by now, because it's a new cycle and people supposed to gain all the clarity by now. But obviously, that there are some people still stuck with things in the past. It's just because, wow, the thing is, some people comes to spiritual growth a bit late. So they're still in the bubble of, concept. Like they cannot tell which is the deceptions and which is not. Because I think there are two people who left me the comment and asked about, the people from in the past, and suddenly they walked away, and that confused them. See, when people walk away, it's very, it's a logic. Now, the decent one, they will never do it. Hello, hello, Nuno. Hello, Nuno Fernandez. Good evening. So, how are we doing? I was talking about there are some cases that people still confuse why someone walked away without a reason. The logic of it is if people decent, they will never do it. Or if they find there's no more common interest between them and you, they would just say things or just if they don't say things directly, then they will make some excuses, kind of like being polite, but there will be the indications of people walking away or something like that. But if someone just disappear out of nowhere, then obviously that they want to hide something. So in most cases, people walk away when they don't want to be exposed. They don't want they, they, like to be fixed off. Now, the signs that often do that is actually Virgo, and there's a number of people actually asking me about the Virgo. So Sagittarius actually square with Virgo and square with Pisces. Now, when you hear square, that means that they're not compatible. When the planets square with each other, it's the same meaning. And the reason why I say Virgo is a typical sign that walk away because their biggest fear is losing their faith. So they trying to convince people that they are genuine and they honest, but the fact is they're not. Everything's it's done under calculation. So they don't want to be factual. They scared of being exposed because when they're being exposed, that means that all the Virgo values will be destroyed. And that's the biggest fear because Virgo is a sign of, you know, highly respectable king and queen, that kind of things. So they have to do in the way to keep their faith. Oh yes, but see, that's the thing. The situations that I read. So these two people, they know each other for 11 years, but it's some sort of like how I say, or they're not really even in relationship, but it's like they they come and go. But it's kind of very weird. But that's actually understandable because obviously when you swear with someone, the chemistry is not really there. There's not common foundations for two people. Now, if you think about your life, you will see that you tend to be attracted to square sign, which is Virgo and Pisces, because of the curiosity. People just don't realize that people are actually curious because obviously that we all have the need, the want to learn about things. So the square side is the most the square side and the opposite side is always the most interesting, attractive side that we want to know. So Nuno, energies, vibrations. What do you mean by that? I wonder if I can see Seth today because I want to see how Seth's doing after a week because I have the feeling that there is some sort of like, development for her. Personally, I think if we work on ourselves, then the appropriate, the compatible person will appear in our lives. But I'm in Scotland, the UK. So, well, it's nice in a way because see, if you want the healing, you sh- the best countries for you to stay is actually countries with cold weather because the cold weather is actually about healing. That's why if you think about that, all the monk they actually choose a mountain or somewhere higher so they can practice their meditating, healing, and things like that. And like all the top monk of the world, they actually stay in Tibet because obviously the place is very high up and cold. Um, the political the political climate here is actually quite nice. They actually quite open-minded about things. They're quite friendly here in Scotland. And unlike some other European countries, they can be very biased. Um, not not really, but I talked to my neighbors and invited them for a meal last night. So it was good. I think I'm in the right area because probably that's God, that is the God choice. Everything just, if you really believe in what you've in your feeling, then you will realize one thing: everything actually been arranged. So, but the question is, if we can actually recognize the organizations, the support from the universe, and go with it. So to make life smooth, because obviously that when we were younger and inexperienced, we tend to do things, how I say, without thinking. We tend to go spontaneously. Oh, I am, yes. I've been living away from home since I was 18. So actually, the year I turned 18, I left. So that's the year that I left my family, and I never went back. And like, see, the older I am, the farther I am away from home. So I'm kind of used to it. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, but everything has its reasons. It's Hang on a minute. Let me get some water. I don't know why I'm so. Yes, see, when you live alone for too long, and then it comes to the point that you actually don't really like living with anyone else. Mm. Fai asks, I have what does a person do if their life is just a blank canvas and it's overwhelming? Ariton, well, see, the people, yeah, there are a number of people disappeared on me, but it's not quite the way because I never actually got close to anyone. So they just disappear because there's no longer, common interest between them and me. Because actually friends are the proof of people with common interest. That's actually one of the best definitions of how to create, you know, relations with other humans. Once you don't have the common interest with people, the bond just disappears, and the people will disappear. Even with family, the same. If you don't keep that common interest going on between you and your family, the that kind of feeling level just going down, and until you almost feel nothing. So let me see. Who Fahi asks, What does a person do if their life just a canvas and it's overwhelming? That is not quite a question. Why you need to ask a little bit clearer. They do whatever they want. The question is, what does that mean to you? Why it bothers you if someone wants to live their life in such a way? We only have our own life to be concerned about. Emphasis. Oh, back to the comment about Ariton says if I'm I'm used to being alone. Well, I'm used to being alone, but at the beginning I didn't realize that. See, when when you are alone, you actually allow your spiritual growth to how I say to develop because obviously you don't have the distracting energies from other people in your house, so you can see things clearer and you can start to you know see through life. Obviously that if you have wife, your children, things like that, they let's imagine if the children running around and crying, you will never have time to think of anything. So most of the people who want to practice spiritual growth, the best way is to be alone or somewhere very quiet and peaceful, like pagodas or something like that. Yes. Yeah, but if you notice, if we see that energies of the universe going, of the planets, every every period, they will mean a different message, and they're trying to tell us to do things in the right order, so we can get to where we're supposed to be easier and it like smoother. Yes, that's it true. We need space so we can practice things, or because sometimes when it comes to life awakening, people will need everyone needs to detach themselves at some point to kind of like to get connected to the higher self, to listen to what they're trying to tell us. Yes. So because we now in the new cycle, so it's clearer. We have the older examples right in front of our eyes. Now, if you think about your life, you will see a lot of people will be removed, were removed. Not sorry, not will be. They were removed already, and then you start to even your lifestyle, the environment you live in. There will be changes in that. A lot of people change. A lot of people change work. A lot of people change houses. And I'm the same. I thought that the place I was in, that's gonna be permanent. But then suddenly they just decided to want to knock the whole building off to build to build a new one. So that's the reason why I had to move back. But obviously that is for the better. And and obviously that I find this place is much better. Now I wonder if anyone have met the soulmate. Any of you. Hello Edna. And I say, I check this girl, she's an angel and offers free help and advice tarot reading fee which one doesn't change or expect anything. What do you mean by that, Edna? Well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Edna. Is there someone offer free help and advice? Well, that's what we do. Um, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to advise people and also provide free help and things like that. There will be a number of. Oh, I see. Well, another the thing is, the reason I don't do private readings because, to be honest, the if people follow the readings, the daily readings that I've done, that will sort out any private situation. The reason why I don't want to do private readings because there will be a lot of cases. The people who wants the reading is the people who's still very young and learning about things, and they don't really. So it's a better way that if they listen to the general readings to gain the insight and ideas, because most of the case they will ask, "How about this girl? If if they're gonna be with this girl or not?" Now, but that is not the way tarot works. Tarot is actually about healing. It's not about reading the future, but based on the energies of universe, you can then predict the tendency of where you go. So based on the tendency of where you go, you will figure out what is to focus on. So each period when the energy changes, that's what we did to look at, right? So so tarot is if you say that provide readings to have for free and things like that, that is the wrong way to do it. First of all, the reader won't have the energies to do every one questions. That because like the messages will be messed up. Secondly, people only meant to hear what they meant to hear. So if you do that for everyone, you spread out your energies, you will lose accuracies of the message. Well, if she's on YouTube and offer help and things like that, it's obviously that it's obviously that she's will have some sort of gift or talent, or if she's confident enough about her work. But obviously that it's for some other purpose too. It can be just simply that she wants to help. Well, I know some tarot readers, but they've been doing that for years and years. But to be honest, they do the Friday night or Saturday night with their channel, but they sell the membership, and they do the tarot. readings for every sign, but not private. For example, they would do from Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Taurus, to the 12 signs. So it's like 2, 3 hours an evening, but it's kind of like more about using the tarot and chatting with people to keep people entertained. So that is the form that people doing. But I don't think, well, in my opinion, I don't think that is the right way to do, because when you spread out the energies like that, the messages, the accuracy of messages won't be the same again. The messages best is when you focus on where you, for example, on that day when you think it's a time to focus on, solving something, for example, not the relationship. If that's the universe indicate, then then that reading should be focused on that area. But because people like talking about relationship, especially they want to know if the ex coming back or the new one comes to them. So that's why most of what I call the common readers, they call themselves readers, but there's a lot of them it's not even close to be called a reader. They focus on that kind of relationship just to attract young people. Now, our channel, the statistic that I see from YouTube, our channel, the member is very kind of like high age, from 40 to 65 plus. The younger, much lesser. That's to show you that, see, especially we are all Sagittarius. So when Sagittarius is very spiritual and very intuitive, you cannot fool them. Now, so when you see our channel, the people in that age range, that's to show you that our members, they are really mature. They got a lot of experiences already. When I go to other channels, the number of like the younger people, they got more number of younger people. Not to show you the level of spiritual that we have are actually much higher than other channels. Yeah, Nuno was right. Soulmate can be in different shapes and forms. I have a case, right? I know a friend of mine, but he's not living here. He's lives in Ireland. So he lives with his mom, and his mom is kind of like old now. So he has to look after his wife, and it's just because he's looking after his wife. So he's never, in any sort of relationship, like serious relationship. So now he's kind of getting old, so he just stick to his mom now. So I don't know why, but one day actually accidentally I should have told him. I say, I think because your mom was your soulmate. Your mom passes away. So Nuno was right. Soulmate can be a lot of different forms. Hello, Evolve. Hello, Evolve. Uh, thanks. Well, my weekend was okay, except from the dinner last night that I invited my neighbor over. Today it was low. It's very kind of a sleepy day today. Sunday, I don't feel the same, but I feel very sleepy today. The moon is in Sagittarius. That's the reason why. Sometimes when the moon is in Sagittarius, we're gonna feel a bit very low mood or very slow, and especially if you have something that you're worried about, you will be a little bit how I say obsessive over that. You will start to think about it more compared to other times. So the moon stay until Tuesday, no, stay until Mondays, and then it goes to Capricorn on Tuesday. So tomorrow Monday is gonna be slow again, but it's okay because it's only 2 days, and then I'm expecting because Mercury retrograde on the 9th, and this time Mercury is indicated because its retrograde is will also move back from Libra to Virgo. So the first half of the retrograding, so the first half of the retrograding, when Mercury is still in Libra, it's kind of like show you how I say the ideas of things. You're gonna gain a lot of ideas, the clarities on the ideas, the thing that you might were not clear before. And the second part, when Mercury go back to Virgo, it's kind of like cause you the how I say the obstructions in your projects, the thing that you're trying to solve. And I have the feeling this is about the unfinished business that people still stuck with. Selling house, changing work, court case, um, any it's kind of like a big issue, the big projects that you need to get through, need to get done. So when it's called obstructions in the second half of Mercury retrograde, that's to show you the different ways to solve it. So they're trying to guide you to the new door, and maybe because of that new solutions that you're gonna gain. So suppose it's gonna be the end of September, you might actually find your new opportunity through changing your direction. So that's why I think that this Mercury retrograde is actually quite special. Normally, see when Mercury retrograde, normally they will it asks people to how I say hello Camilla, how's you doing? How's your palm? Sorry, how's your wrist? Is it healed yet? Uh, are you able to do things with your hand? Yes. So we will talk about Mercury retrograde. So normally they will bring back the old people, the old memories. Well, that sounds good. And do you, Pamela, did you get any kind of like, did you receive any like new blessing or something like that? Like that? Because obviously that after your wrist broken, I have the feeling that you step into the new blessing. So there must be some things going on in your environment at the moment to show you the new way of living. So I wonder if you can. Can get anything yet? Or if you have any idea yet? Right. So we talk about Mercury retrograde. So, oh, that's good. You actually faster than me. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of jobs I want. I want because I can't think of anything that I want yet. It's difficult to when um it's like this time bless the job chooses you. Don't choose the job, Pamela. Let's just to how I say um not control the outcome of things. Just go with the flow to see which kind of things would choose us. That's what I'm trying to do. So normally I would just go online, search for job and things like that and apply. But this time I kind of like I want to test to see if because like right now I I learned that if we actually trust the process, the universe, things will come and unfold itself. Of course we will have to put some effort in it. So I'm kind of like playing slow, trying to go with my intuitions to see how try to listen to it to see what they tell me or what my higher self trying to tell me. Because obviously the is always choose us. We don't because obviously that if we choose if even we try to control the outcome, like we try like we try of the money and all sort of things. But if it's not for us, there will be something happens. The tower will be created, and then we'll have to get out of it and look elsewhere. So it's kind of a waste time. So instead of that, I decided to go with the flow and see how things work out. So I'm curious about Mercury retrograde that we in the new cycle now. So I don't expect that the people from the old cycle will come back because the divine timing is right in the middle of the old cycle and the new cycle. It will stop people. However, if there's a chances, not for reconnections, but if there's chances to work out or to how I say to work on the final closures with those people. Now that will be the case. So I'm expecting this time when Mercury retrograde, a lot of hidden truth gonna come out, and some of the truth might shock people. There's a lot of things were lied and hidden, and this time, a lot of people are gonna be shocked. Yes, I have indeed. That's what I'm using to Pamela. Yes, I've got indeed phoned me once before, a long back years ago, and I did get a job. But this time, I'm thinking because it's a new cycle and it's gonna be on favor for Sagittarius because because we are the first sign to receive all the blessing of the new cycle. So everything is actually working on our favor. So I'm kind of thinking, in that case, why don't we utilize this and create something that serves us more rather than just taking up a job somewhere and you make some money, because it's not how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to get all the blessings. But I don't think September is gonna be the month to change job or start a new things, because that's why I'm trying to talk about Mercury retrograde on the 9th of September. It's like, because like say all the projects will be on hold. Even if you're applying for a new job or something like that, it's also considered as a project that you are pursuing. Things won't be smooth for people, so don't try to push things forward in September, because September is created for you or for everyone to figure out what is that you actually looking for. Because when you figure out and gain the clarities on where you want to heading from now on, that will be added into your manifestation. That is one step of manifesting. It looks like that we're not gonna see, because Dennis is going to California for the weekend with friends. So I don't think that we're gonna see Dennis today. I don't know if we're gonna see Sek. Jolene is on the bike trip, so she is somewhere now, and she doesn't have internet. So it's like she has internet, but not while she traveling, because it's a road trip. So no, I don't think that Avelina gonna be online today either, because I have the feeling that she's busy, and also she said that she was not quite well last night. Oh, that's why. And I think this is the last holiday for people. It's like the holiday season coming to an end now. If anyone wants to travel after that, then feel free to go. But the energies, the boost of holiday mood, it's finished now. The energy start to shift into Virgo, and Virgo is actually that's what I'm trying to tell people. We have to remember Virgo and Pisces are the two sides that square with Sagittarius. Anything comes into them, or if anyone from those sides, they will never do anything good for us. They will confuse us, but thanks to the confusions from these sides, it actually gives us the ideas of how to create something, or to give us the, the sense that about things that we're looking for. No, I think Labor Day is the 1st of May. It's tomorrow is just a normal day. Are you sure Labor Day? I remember Labor Day is the 1st of May. It's a May Day. I wonder how Mary's doing because Mary went through quite a very sad time at the moment. Oh, really? Hello, hi, Malabika. How you doing? So, Malabika, how you think about the answer I gave you the other days? Was it helpful enough for you? Don't don't hang in anything, Malabika, because I don't think this is a time that we should hang in any situation. Because obviously that everything is going retrograde at the moment. It's the big ask for people to remove anything that's hold you back. So anything that doesn't suit you anymore or doesn't serve you anymore, you will have to figure out a way how to remove them because you're actually being supported by the universe to do all these things. Oh, I didn't know that. It must be the US things. Oh, that's interesting. See that I learned something new today. Right. I will try to remember that the 5th of September. The divine timing is on already, Malavika. So basically, the divine clock was switched on in July. I can't remember exactly the date, but I actually heard that that ticking sound of the clock. I think it was very close to the end of July because it's one of the reading. I need to go back to my recording because it was the end of July. So that's and after that clock switch on every day now is the divine timing, and it will close and the clock will be closed again when the new arrangement is in place. So the arrangements for the new life, the new blessings, everything is still going on just now. That's why the next step, September this month, is about earning or gaining all these closures on things, on people, on all the issues that you have, all the how I say the hardship that you went through. It gives you that closures, so you understand and gain that clarity, and also through that process you will head to the new door, the new way. So that's how it works. Hmm. That's the reason why I say even I thought that today is not gonna be busy because a lot of people obviously they're still in that holidays, the last holidays. But I decided to go online because I have the feeling that there are some people still going through situation like you. So when you shared, first, for example, I remember Pamela was very upset when things happened, especially when her wrist was broken. See, when we're going through that, the only way to stop things to keep coming is by gaining the clarity straight away on that event or when on the things that you're worried about. We have to ask ourselves right away. So, what is the message of this that happened? Now, if you can gain the answer for the event, then the universe will understand that okay. So you got it now. They don't need to send you more. But because you compromise with situations, you still kind of like not 100% confront with the issue. That's why the universe thinking, okay, so even all these things that happen, you still reluctant to gain the understanding. So they will have to add more things in to force you until you have to fix the truth. So basically that we have to fix the truth. Yep. So when we in the total in that total tower moments, that means you reach to the very peak of it. There's no way out but confront with yourself to admit that obviously that we were not happy with something. And that's what but because we were not happy with something, but we refuse to take an actions on changing. So the tower that's why the universe create the towers to force people to have you to get out of that misery. Give me a second. Well, I'm glad that you got your sense of humor back, Camilla. And also, I can see your positivities now. 8 of Wands. Yes, you say you feel like you're going through a tower moment. If you see the reading today, the challenge with the tower, and I did say it, the tower was there, but it was not quite the tower situations. It's a feeling of going through the tower moment. That's exactly why you feel that way. So that is the challenge. So if you think about the reading today, so basically the it's the message is it wasn't something that there to stop you at all. That means that you're going through the Eight of Swords. So you still seeing things with kind of like narrow views like that. So that means that there's a solutions right around you. So you really need to, how I say, to find a way how to connect to your intuition and use your logic of everything you have or think about things around you. Because I'm pretty sure with you the solution is around you right now. Very close. Somewhere that you actually can reach and can get to sort it. I never read for myself to be honest, Fahri. um, See when after you get awakened, that way because you align with your higher self, you don't have that intuition, that voice in your head anymore. What you think or what you see is exactly what's gonna happen. So that's why I say the awakening is very powerful. So the whole journey of human being is trying to get aligned with your higher self. So your higher self is actually yourself, but because they know the future where you head to, so so before you align with your higher self, you often in conflict with your intuition. You don't listen to your intuitions. So that's why we made a lot of mistakes when we not do what the sense telling us. But after awakening, you align with your higher self. You don't need to see the future. You just know where you're heading to. It's hard to explain, but you kind of see things so clear. It's just like as clear as day. It's like obvious things. Well, Pamela, sometimes when we in the town moments and we cannot move yet, and most of the people will get frustrated, upset, going crazy, going nuts. That is very normal because obviously that we are humans. Everyone will go through that feeling, even me in the past. But if you really think about it now, you will see. So the time we stuck is actually the time that the universe trying to arrange things, the next things for you. So it will take some time because they will have to use, so this is how it works. Spirits will transcend their plan or whatever or energies into different people. So sometimes you meet a stranger, but they are so helpful. They try to show you things or tell you things because spirit try to use people. They transcend their spirit into those that you bump into, even online things, even the animals, trying to communicate with you, to guide you. That's why a lot of times we meet some people and it's like they trying to help you. You got that feeling. Why these people suddenly so nice and they're trying to help you, but then when they complete their task, they're just like a stranger. You don't recognize them anymore because after they finish the job, the transcended energy is just finished being taken out. That's why a lot of people in the old cycles, if you look back now, at one time, especially those that's the square side with you, at one time you are so close with them and they kind of like trying to help you with things, and now you don't recognize them anymore. They're just totally a different person. So that's why when we in the tower moment, it's actually the time that the universe trying to arrange the next things. So if we stay some in the towers for the longer we stay, it means that the longer the arrangement required. But that also means that you're gonna receive or get something bigger. Let's take the house I moved in, right? Let's take it as an example, then you see it's better. So it's kind of I got the news of they're gonna knock down the building, the old place I was in since last November. So I kind of thinking like, okay, so maybe there's no choice now. I will have to find somewhere to move and things like that. But for some reason, everything happened at the same time. The job is closing. A yeah, everything is closing. So obviously that I stay in that tower moment for November, December, January, February, and then March. So 5 months until March. So it forced me to think about something like creative solutions, and that is when the tarot is born. And that's how I picked up the tarot, and so I told myself, okay, I have to do something here, and then uh, and then after March, things moving slowly, but it's still in the limbo feeling. I still live in limbo until last month when I finally moved. So it was January, November, December. So it's finally moved. So it was January, November, December. So it's like 10 months until the end of August. So that 10 months is actually the time for spirit trying to arrange the next move to make sure that the 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 next place that I move. things, I will be happy with that. The people nicer, friendlier, all these sort of things, more intellectual people, something like that. And also it will relate to maybe the next job or the next people that I'm gonna meet. Well, if you move, it's also a blessings for you, Pamela. So don't get frustrated if things slow down, because now we understand that when we in that limbo feelings, that also means that there's a blessings being arranged. Hello, hi John, how are you? Wow, you get up early. Hello to Australia. I'm glad that I see you again. I didn't expect to see you know quite a lot of people tonight because I thought that everyone is still in that holiday mood. In Australia, it's spring in Australia, isn't it? Because they have a different seasons. It's totally opposite from us. It's Christmas in summer, and then it's in I think now is spring. Well, that's me, Pamela. So I've got a new location. Right. I think I've got a new job. That's a tarot, but obviously that it's gonna take a couple of years until it can be something. So maybe I still have to do something else, but I don't know. As I say, I learned to trust now, and I just let it unfold itself. It's all down to if you can be happy with yourself and happy with what you have, then you can manage living, comfortably with even a little money. I don't think people need. We only need enough to pay the bills, and then it's a joy to build things up. It's just, I just find it's a joy to kind of like dealing with life, whatever what life throw at us. There's no need to, because when people get upset that they cannot get something because they used to it or something like that, it's a sign of control issue. Oh, so but that's what I say. That's why I think spring is coming for you because it's end of winter. Yes, because they in Australia, they remember they in the south hemisphere. Everything is totally opposite us. Our summer is their winter. Our winter is their summer. I still have an email to answer Adelina today, but I was a bit nosy tonight, so I haven't replied her yet. I will have to reply her later. Yes. Well, the thing is, I've got the two dogs, so I bought the two dogs now, so I'm quite happy with that. They like babies, only 5 months, so they are just like children. It's crazy. It's funny. Keeps me busy. Just look at your feet and walk them, play with them. And I had to close the door because they follow me everywhere. So I have to close the door in the morning when I do the tarot, so they can, or else they will just jump around. So it's just because my friends, the dog, like so her dog like they they breed dogs, so they breed two twice a year, and you actually can sell the puppies for money. So I was thinking like okay, because so she has too many dogs, and so she asked me if I want yeah so she yeah so she asked me if I want to have some of her puppies because they have plenty. Each time they got like six dogs each time, so they got 12 puppies a year. No, I love them in the sitting room, or else they will just jump around. I want to focus, so I love them now. They're trying to get in the room. They're just scratching the door and making noise. I want to be in. I said, no, you can't be in. So I was thinking like, so I'm gonna raise two puppies, so one male and one female. So so next year when I can start breed them, I can sell some puppies to make some money out of that. It's great, and also it gives company. So they are really hard work because they are Japanese dog. The name I think the name is a Jitsu dog. They're very long hair, so I have to cut their hair like every 2 weeks because they're getting very long. So I think my future is probably do the tarot and breeding the dogs. That will give me enough money to retire. Oh yeah, they are very they're kind of funny. These dogs, they're very funny. They just even when I sleep, they just jump on the bed and just sleeping under my feet. I mean they follow. Oh yeah, sit you. Yeah, that's the name. Sit you. They they are very kind of like very guarding. I think they are guard dog in the temples in Japan. That is in the ancient time, long ago. Temples in Japan. That is in the ancient time, long ago. They very attached to human. So they kind of follow you everywhere. But because they are still babies, so they are funny. Oh yeah, if you had one, then yeah, they are very good. See, one of the dog I had, uh, he's just eating the grass. Oh God, he eats everything. He takes everything from the garden scene, and then he's even like that's why I have to close the door because they will eat all my tarot cards. That boy, he just chews everything. And they're sleeping with me, I see, as long as I'm in my bed, they just jump on the bed and just lie underneath my feet. So, anyone has any questions before I go and rest? I would try to see if yes, I bought them some toys. So they have like the teddy bears. So one of the girl likes the teddy bears, and she likes the wolves. And the male one, he's because he's young, he's only 5 months, so he doesn't quite like toy yet. But he likes one of the pigs because the pigs actually make the sound like squeeze, the squeeze sound. Yes, okay, guys. So, well, hopefully, I will bring more messages next week because I have a feeling there will be, well, when Mercury retrograde, so I'm expecting after the 9th of September, we will start to get the closures on where we're heading to. And hopefully there will be solutions for people. Because I have the feeling there will be a delay somewhere between the 9th and the 14th of September. And we need to decode that to see why the universe want us to slow down. What is the meaning of that? Um, I see. Hi, I see. So before I go on, let me answer. I see. Well, September as I say, is a month for preparations of changing things. However, as I say, the Mercury retrograde on the 9th of September, so things will be slowed down, and maybe the all the project will be on hold. That's why we need to decode that to understand what is the universe want us to do. And so it's like there's a lot of things from the old side, houses, changing job, um, going through divorce, and there will be some sort of hiccup. So it's not gonna be smooth. So that's why we need to find out why it's happening and what it's for, so we don't get confused and also we will see clearer how to get through this. But the emotional roller coaster is finished. Right now, it's only like the leftover of the old tower moments that we need to complete to give it a clean, fresh start. So if you say that it's a good time to change, yeah, it's a good time to change. It's like it's like the initial month of the new things, but there will be the delays. Okay, guys, so I will cut it short because I'm a little bit tired today too. So hopefully that we will get things sorted somehow together and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I will see you tomorrow with the oracle message, and hopefully that we'll get something nice tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.